Welcome, beloved. Settle in, let yourself sink deeper into this moment. And as we move through the cards together, just allow the words to wash over you like gentle waves. The cards are speaking softly tonight, whispering about your divine partner, about the current energy that flows between you both like a quiet river in moonlight. We begin with the 5, the 7, and the 9, drifting before us like leaves on still water. And there's this feeling, this soft, uncertain feeling, where your person doesn't quite feel they're standing on even ground with you. They've been diving deep, so very deep, into the waters of their own mind, their own spirit, trying to understand from way up high, like a bird floating on warm currents, why there's been all this tension, all these little struggles that feel like pebbles scattered across their path. There's a slingshot appearing in the reading, and it speaks of tension, the kind that builds slowly, like a rubber band stretching. Your person keeps pushing at boundaries, keeps testing the edges. And they know, somewhere deep inside, they know they should do the right thing. But somehow they keep stumbling, keep choosing the wrong turn, even though they're being pulled in so many directions, like a leaf caught in different breezes. But change is coming. Change is being set into motion, like clouds moving across a sleepy sky. And within just a few days, or perhaps a handful of sunrises, you're going to receive some kind of message, some kind of confirmation, or you'll simply watch as the situation begins to unfold, slowly, gently, like a flower opening its petals in the morning. Your person is getting ready, preparing themselves to reach out to you, to offer you clarity, like opening curtains to let soft light stream in. They've had so much time to reflect, to sit with their thoughts like sitting with an old friend, trying to figure out what they need to do, what steps to take to make things better between you. This is someone who cares deeply, perhaps too deeply, about how others see them. They might be with someone who looks perfect on paper, someone whose life seems to shimmer with abundance and happiness, like a photograph in golden hour. But beneath that surface, underneath all that seeming perfection, something is missing. The one thing that makes life feel truly warm, truly worth living. And that thing, that precious thing, is true partnership, real connection. The cards whisper about a relationship that wasn't clearly defined at first, an emotional love affair, where two souls fell for each other even though one was already tangled up with someone else. It's a connection that's hard to resist because it lives at the soul level, in that deep, deep place where truth resides. Your person has become, without even meaning to, codependent on your energy. They need to hear from you, to know you're there, like needing to know the sun will rise. And they're realizing now, slowly waking up to the truth, that they can't change how they feel about you. They believe in their heart of hearts that you and they are meant to be, that you're soulmates, written in some ancient book of destiny. But there's confusion too, drifting like mist. They don't understand why you want them. Why do you love me, they wonder. What about me deserves this? Yet the one thing they do know, the one thing that's crystal clear, is that this bond is sacred, something to be protected, like a candle flame cupped between gentle hands. This person knows there's something special about you, about the way you carry yourself, the way you move through the world. They understand that with you there's a level of fulfillment, a depth of intimacy, sensual pleasures they've never felt before. You two might even travel to each other in dreams, meeting in that space between sleep and waking, where souls can dance together. With you, they feel like everything could flow so smoothly, like water finding its natural course. But there's always something stopping them, like a boat that pauses mid-journey. They stop themselves in this on-again, off-again dance. They disappear into the mist. Things could be so easy, so simple, if they would just allow it. But there are so many voices around them, so many people whispering things, giving mixed signals, creating confusion like fog rolling in. The strangest and most beautiful thing is this: no matter how much time passes, how many seasons turn, you still love this person, and they still love you very, very much. There's a love triangle here, whether with their work or another person they're in an open relationship with, and it's causing heartache because you're waiting, patiently waiting for them to choose you. The person they're dealing with brings toxicity, brings out their worst self, affects them constantly, like static in the background. This situation is complicated, tangled like roots beneath the earth. There are finances or children or family matters. It's a family affair, the cards whisper, making it so hard to leave. But here's what Spirit wants you to know, and let this settle into you like a warm blanket. This is a sacred bond, protected by forces greater than you can see. It doesn't matter how complicated it gets, how toxic it seems, how many times it turns on and off. This connection is protected because you and this person have a specific path, a beautiful journey you're meant to complete together. You have the potential, the shimmering golden potential, for a happily ever after, stepping into a future that feels like something from a storybook, a fairy tale romance between two opposites, two people who had no idea, couldn't have guessed what would happen with just one message, one simple friendship. This is blessed by the universe, by your ancestors. There are agreements here, soul contracts, promises made before you were born, because there's so much good you're meant to do together. For some of you, you're meant to create things together, to impact your community, maybe nonprofits, touching the world in ways that ripple outward. And this is that fairy tale romance, where the moment you come together, everything blooms. You'll understand why it never worked with anyone else, and your person will see things so differently, so clearly. This relationship is here for the long haul, meant to last, meant to love, because both of you are willing to walk this winding path together, even though you don't know where it leads. The outcome is unknown, beautifully unknown, like a path disappearing into morning mist. But there's infatuation here, deep infatuation. Someone is falling fast because they realize they got caught up in life's illusions, thinking power and prestige mattered most, when really, the greatest power comes from being good, from doing the right thing for everyone involved. For some of you, this person is getting ready to ask you to marry them, to take this to the next level. The separation has been so challenging, like being apart from your own heartbeat. You've helped them transform, helped them become someone they never imagined they could be. Even though this connection has been secret, your person has always put you on a pedestal behind closed doors. They speak of you in the highest light because you give them this energy of teamwork, of working together, not against each other. You both have the same mission, like two rivers flowing toward the same sea. And even when you're not physically together, you feel like you're meant to be. But there's always something in the way, divine timing, a person, a place, something working against this connection. And yes, you're right to sense that, because when you have a connection with so much light, so much potential for good, lower energies don't like it. They resist the light. But your connection is protected. This sacred bond is protected like a treasure. Your person feels obligated to protect you, to make sure no one harms you. There's possessiveness. The thought of you with anyone else devastates them. But what they're learning, slowly learning, is that your heart needs protecting too. That's what matters most. They need to do this shadow work, this deep, difficult work, so you can come together as a beautiful power couple, because that's what's coming. A wish is coming true here, but it had to do with timing, with past life issues they needed to work through. That's why the start was rocky. The message coming through now is repair. This person is ready to fix what they've broken. They have pride and ego, and their legacy matters to them. But how you view them matters even more. The idea that you see them negatively, it hurts them deeply. They know they need to change. They're trying to be careful, worried about saying something that will make you walk away. They've been working on fixing things, quietly, behind the scenes, concentrating, drawing out toxicity, purifying their energy. And right now they're worried, so worried that it might be too late, that too much time has passed. They're nervous because their life is one big mess, problems everywhere. Things have spiraled out of control because they had this my way or the highway energy, doing what they wanted when they wanted, feeling like all they needed was themselves. But now they're realizing, waking up like someone opening their eyes after a long dream, that doing things alone, this mess is their own creation. Your person is going through a major awakening. They're curious about spiritual things now, about you, about everything. They're moving from darkness to light, going down this rabbit hole, not knowing where it leads but going anyway, determined to succeed, determined to set the scales back to balance. They're tired of avoiding you, tired of refusing to face reality, tired of pretending, tired of fear-based thinking. They're beginning to realize that people were trying to control them, and now they want to roll the dice. They want to take this risk. They want to see if this is worth it. They're willing to gamble and risk it all for you, to be loyal, faithful, committed. They want you as their support system. They want to be there for you. This is a declaration. They're ready to reclaim their power, to write you something, say something, to be honest and say, this is who I am, take me or leave me, liberty or death. They can't continue living the way they used to. It doesn't work anymore. They've had a spiritual awakening, a soul activation by you, and the old ways don't fit anymore. They're ready for partnership. You and they think alike. You're their partner in crime. They're realizing you're connected to them. You're their soulmate. And this bond cannot be broken. This is happening soon. For some, this person has purchased wedding rings. They're researching, ready to sacrifice, ready to make you a strong offer, because for the first time in a long time, they've made a decision. They're ready to make you an offer, a fair one. They understand you'll judge them, but they feel you need the entire scope of what's happening to make an educated choice. It's a decision about partnership, stability, love. And finally, the cards show heart and home. Some of you may be moving in together, starting a family. There's a major legacy you're meant to fulfill together. And this beautiful thing is happening now, happening soon, like dawn breaking soft and gold across the horizon. And so we let the cards rest, let them settle back into sleep, as you drift, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, in its own perfect time, in its own gentle way.